Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mission Report, the Nintendo News Show. This is episode number 22. My name is James, and today I have only 4 different items to discuss with you. And this one's going to be a little bit brief. It's getting pretty warm in the guest room recording studio. Anyway, the first thing that I want to talk about is something I actually mentioned last week. And that is Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I finished Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, but I said last week that I was going to do a separate video all about Yoshi. And I decided that I don't want to do that. And while I did finish the main game of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, there's actually a lot more to the game that I would like to do and like to experience. And I don't really want to rush my way through it so that I can make a video about it. So I decided to kind of put those plans to make a separate video about Yoshi on hold. And just so that I can continue enjoying the game at my own little leisurely pace. As for the main game, I thought it was very good. I think it took me about 12 hours or so to get to where the end of the story, where you see the credits. But then after that, there is still much more that I would like to do. So that's all on Yoshi for now. Next, this is actually a pretty significant one. There is a new addition to Nintendo Switch Online, and it's actually something that people have been asking for. Donkey Kong 64 is landing on Nintendo Switch Online on June 4th. So obviously you would need Nintendo Switch Online to play this, and I think for the Nintendo 64 games you do need the expansion, like Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion or whatever it is that they call it, the more expensive version basically. But I'm really looking forward to this. I never played Donkey Kong 64 as a kid. So I'm probably going to be checking this out. And I think I'm going to be picking up one of those Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online controllers so that I can play Donkey Kong 64. And I think that controller also is going to work with Star Fox. And I know you don't need that controller to play the Switch Online games, but when I played Ocarina of Time on Nintendo Switch Online last year, I didn't really like the way the game mapped the controls onto the Switch Pro controller, so I think that playing it with the original controller will make it feel a little bit more comfortable. So that's crazy. Donkey Kong 64, I feel like Nintendo has never acknowledged this game. All of the Donkey Kong Country games are on Switch. When you count either Nintendo Switch Online or released a la carte. So it's pretty cool that they get Donkey Kong 64 on there as well, especially considering that Donkey Kong Bonanza is one of the biggest Switch 2 exclusives right now. And so I think once again, this is just indicative that they are going to be doing something pretty big with Donkey Kong moving forward. Let's move on. Number 3. Once again, we have some new additions to Nintendo Music. The first one is Pikmin, the 2001 GameCube game, and I think it is specifically the GameCube version of the songs that were added. The game was re-released on Wii and then re-released again on Switch, but I don't think the music and stuff really changed in those versions. This is pretty cool. They added 33 tracks for a total of about an hour, so really not very long. I guess about 2 minutes or so per track. And that's probably all of the music in the entire game. There's really not that big of a variety of music in there, especially since the entire game kind of takes place in like 3 or 4 different areas. But that's pretty cool. I love Pikmin, and I also think that this might be reason to think that maybe Pikmin and Pikmin 2 could be showing up in Nintendo Switch Online. However, I don't really think that would happen because they re-released those games for Switch already. So why put a game on the service for free, I guess in quotes, that you could get someone to pay for, even if it's like $20 per game? I don't know. And then there were also some tracks from Mario Kart World added to Nintendo Music. I don't know if they were all added just now, but there are 130 tracks for a total of 4 hours and 13 minutes. So quite a bit of time there. And obviously, Mario Kart World is a Switch 2 game that came out the exact same day as the Switch 2 in June of last year. Wow. It's June right now. It's crazy that the Switch 2 is almost a year old. But yeah, make sure to check out those tracks there too. Honestly, I don't really remember a lot of the tracks from Mario Kart World. I guess kind of in the same way that I don't remember a ton of the songs from Super Smash Bros. Other than the like songs from the video games that they brought in. And so, like, when I think of Mario Kart tracks, I really just think of, like, Mario tracks. It's like Super Mario from the Super Mario games. I know that they, like, remix them a little bit and stuff, but oh well. Let's move on. The final thing that I want to talk about is that there is a new-ish Star Fox trailer. I saw this on the Nintendo Today app. There is this is a 7-minute trailer, and in the trailer, they talked about story, characters, they talked some about vehicles, they talked about different areas and locations, and they talked about how, you can play the game multiple times to get multiple routes and endings and all this other stuff. But overall, from watching this trailer, I didn't really feel like there was anything new here that we didn't already see in the Star Fox Direct a couple weeks ago. But I guess they did kind of, make it all a little bit more concise. Ooh. Excuse me. And, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, a couple things that I do want to say. There have been rumors that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct sometime, this week or next week. If there is, I will actually do a separate video about that. And today, the day that I'm recording this, there is a Sony State of Play. I wasn't able to watch the State of Play as it happened live, and then I sat down to record this. So, obviously, I'm not going to tell you what games from the State of Play are coming to Switch, if any. But I'll make sure to cover all of that next week. And that's pretty much it. In the comment section, please let me know what you think of these things that I have discussed. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next mission.